The first thing that came up during media availability that week was a back and forth on social media. It seemed as if I had entered into the league's most talked about rivalry overnight. I don't want to make this a bigger deal than it already was. At the end of the day, the only thing that mattered was my team coming out with the win on Sunday.
Tonight, from Seattle, Washington, it's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this carries into the end zone. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line.
First down, Garoppolo. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis.
Garoppolo's pass complete.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards.
And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield. It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Well, Charles, it's always contentious division rivalry. I'd say even a little spicier than we're used to. The well-documented war of words on social media between 2 of the top players on these teams. That has really added a layer of intrigue.
Well, we've never turned down a little extra zest to a game, have we? But you're absolutely right. The social media beef between these two stars, in a lot of ways, ridiculous, maybe even a little bit childish as most people would look at it. But it's also made this game one of the most talked about regular season matchups that you and I can remember. So I don't know that we're complaining. I know we also can't wait to see how it plays out on the field. And that's the thing to remember here. The one with the bragging rights will not be who gets the most likes or dislikes or whatever you want to put on social media, because I'm not as versed on it as I should be. But it really comes down to who wins the game today.
Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And he's into the clear. Past the 20.
It's over. Let's dominate.
All the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, 57 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Now Wilson. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down and score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
That's good.
So as we continue to get settled in here, you know, this is obviously a division rivalry. And, well, all the coaches and players say it's just another game, Charles. You and I know that that's not really the case. How important is it for them to maintain their composure in this one?
Well, it's extremely important, and I think you really nailed it, because in a division game, everything is heightened, okay? So that natural intensity you have to play each and every week, it takes on a little extra when you go up against a division rival. So now, as you pointed out, you got to make sure you maintain your poise while keeping that intensity high.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score.
Seahawks 8, 49ers nothing.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line.
The ball carrier, Emmanuel.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles and they've changed plays when they see certain sets? A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. 64 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got it. So they tried for two, successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Running on first down is Mostert, but he can only manage a yard, and that's about it before he's tackled. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 26
on the gun, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
49ers.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. They'll run on first down. Carson. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that... is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Jimmy Ward.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
On third down, it's Carson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now Wilson on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
It'll be Carson. They run for it. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
He steps out of bounds.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go.
49ers, nothing.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball.
That's caught inside the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it up.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Conversion is no good. That keeps the score.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Off of play action, he'll look to throw.
And his throw is incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now Garoppolo. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed, his 2nd sack of the night. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? To throw, it's Garoppolo.
And they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time.
Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
So that, Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. His throw incomplete.
Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Nothing in that 1st half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert.
Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the 49ers able to get this back to some measure of respectability.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. To throw again. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Now it's Wilson. His pass caught at the 4. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Keeps the score Seahawks 44.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
26-yard line.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off at his own 47. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
1st and 10 at the
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Back now in Seattle, Washington. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This is Carson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
And 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They throw again on second down. This one's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared. Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick 6. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Bounds at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
3rd down and 4 yards.
Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Able to slither by. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. It has been quite a display here in the opening game of the new season. And really, they're putting the rest of the NFL on notice. They are going to be title contenders as now they look to finish things off in the fourth quarter.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
25 more yards.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
8-yard line.
Throwing again here. Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there.
Incomplete.
But it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
To throw again is Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain. I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to... And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Garoppolo on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
That catch good for only a couple. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8.
48-yard line.
Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle, and he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 1 48-yard line and ended at the other.
It's a gain of 4. And it's third.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle.
Garoppolo's pass.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Garoppolo again. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down.
A loss of 9.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to. Good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
It is just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Seahawks, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
You need a win, who need a win? That's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine. Never could doubt mine. They running the route. I leave them outline when I hit them. Step on, spin move, is on, scope the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Step on, spin move, is on, scope the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Putting it down for that. Time I was down and out. Had to bring grinding back. Doing the drills and working the wheel where you're grinding at. You know what it be. Playing this here for the keeps. Had to make out with a feast. A family to feed. Third cold where the trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Breed on with the game now. They're hearing with a lane now. My home second with a rain now. Legendary on the field. Kind of drip is a skill. This the highest cruiser bill. Ain't nothing just to heal. Step on, spin move, is on. Scope the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Step on, spin move, is on. Scope the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go.
I thought things were behind us after the win in our first meeting. When I found out this dude was running his mouth again, calling our win a fluke, I just couldn't believe it. Even though I felt like it was foolish for him to be running his mouth again, I knew how respected he was in that locker room. So if he was feeling bold, it meant his teammates were going to be ready to play on Sunday.
Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson. Oh, he nearly picked it. Wilson, maybe daylight in front of him if he could have held on. Instead, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Khalil Mack in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
3rd down.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards. Well, folks, once again, the fireworks have begun to go off before the teams even entered the stadium for this one. You had some overactive fingers on social media, if you will, and that continued to make this one of the most public and personal feuds in the NFL.
And remember back in the day, if you got your comeuppance from starting something like this, if you talk trash and got beat previously, you didn't talk trash before the next.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown, Seattle.
A 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Now, this is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You've exchanged it for an escalator. Still.
On your face?
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Mostert, the ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. West. 16 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
7-yard line.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8.
At the 39-yard line.
Now left side on the swing pass.
Garoppolo's pass.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the two-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Mostert, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
With the score, Seahawks 14, 49ers nothing.
From the 29, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end Kittle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
To George Kittle. Brings up third down.
On third down, here comes Mostert. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. On first down, they go with Mostert again.
Mostert again, the ball
making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Mostert. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Niners on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Brings up third.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
On the Seahawks' 43-yard line.
Back to the running game with Mostert. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down.
Mostert. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
3rd down. And 10 yards to go.
They run it with Carson shedding the tackle. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on fourth with Wilson. He's going to rifle one. He's got a man. Complete.
Wilson's
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go for it. On fourth down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. On first and 10, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the... And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Niners take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
Not much there, only a yard.
These two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Mostert. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
The 26-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a 43-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up a lot. Look at the big man rumble.
Have some of this.
The 40.
Have some of this.
30. The 20. 10. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
How about that for an exciting end to the half? I mean, instead of surrendering a late field goal at the gun, they run.
Fortune favors the bold. They boldly went after it, got it. Worked out pretty darn well for them.
Successful and makes the score Seahawks 28, 49ers nothing.
So we've come to halftime. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. The 49ers going to have the football and